Now here in India, in Bangalore, I met a farmer. His name is Krishnappa. In his 40s, he's married and has two children. He has 5 acres of land. I visited his farm, and I found that he has made use of nature's free gifts completely and fully. How? He has a lot of trees, different varieties of trees growing on his plot of land. He has coconuts, arecanuts, banana, papaya, other fruits, other vegetables, mangoes, avocados, pears, you name any tree, he has them on his field. Therefore, he maximizes sunlight, and he understands the requirement to maximize the use of sunlight. So he does it very scientifically. Then he knows that these things give you what you require, the fruits, the vegetables, the food and so on, but you have to return it back to the soil. Therefore he allows the whole thing to recycle. He is a person who has learned from Mr. Subhash Palekar, a farmer expert, promoting zero budget natural farming, living here in India. Now he learned this understanding or this technique from Mr. Subhash Palekar. He started applying it on his field. We are told that he was indebted to large debt that he had to pay, some 25 lakhs of rupees. He has got into debt. Now he was almost going to commit suicide. When he learned this, he found that that was the solution. Right? Then he started applying it. Within 3 years, he settled all his loan, and he now says he spends very little money on his farm. He doesn't have to borrow from anyone. Now we asked him, do you use weedicides? He said, I don't use weedicides. Why? Because I don't have weeds on my land. My whole land is covered with useful plants and trees and so on. It's completely mulched. Therefore there is no growth of weeds. Whatever happens, I recycle it and then it becomes fertilizer. In order to enhance this process of decay, he has to intensify his microbial activity. In order to do that, what he does is he has 2 cows. He says 1 cow is enough to fertilize 30 acres of land. How? He learned from Mr. Subhash Palekar the process that he described as Jivamukti. Using 1 indigenous cow's dung, about 10 kilograms per day, and about 5 liters of cow urine, 5 to 10 liters of cow urine. He uses some powdered pulses, about 2 kilograms, some jaggery or coconut water, about 5 liters, and he mixes all these and puts a handful of soil from the neighborhood where there are lots of microbes, and these microbes begin to multiply and multiply and multiply. 2 days of fermenting produces millions and billions of microbes. Then he sprays it or puts it on the root area of plants. That's all. He doesn't have to spend a cent on this. So he doesn't have to spend on chemical fertilizers. Now what about, I mentioned about weedicides, he doesn't need it. Then what about insecticides? Are insects affecting his field? He said no. Why? Because natural balance of insects is established. You have the friendly insects and the unfriendly insects. You allow all insects to grow naturally to the maximum. The friendly insects control the unfriendly insects. It naturally happens. You don't have to spend a cent on pest control. Even if there is some pests, it's okay, because those pests become food for the predators. You need them, so you allow them, right? Now, so I asked him, now what is your cost on weedicides? Nothing. What is your cost on fertilizer? Nothing. What is your cost on insecticides? Nothing. So therefore, what are his inputs? All inputs given by nature: sunlight, moisture, carbon dioxide, decaying leaves, microbial activity. He allows that to happen. Now I would say that he is a full-fledged scientist. So I am going to write in Sri Lanka that I met a scientist who could advise the government of India here about how India should meet the problems of food for the hungry people and how India should do its agriculture. I think he is a much better scientist than the famous scientists like Swaminathan and others who have destroyed this agriculture tremendously.